There are lots of things all around us, exciting things that surround us.
But how does it work?
Do you know?
How is it made?
Do you know? Things that go up, things that go down, things that go pop, things that go round, with special cameras to show you inside. It's going to be a big surprise.
But how does it work?
Do you know?
How is it made?
Do you know? Do you know?
Let's find out!
Hello, I'm Maddie, and today I'm getting ready for a party. What do you like to do at a party? I like to play games, like pass the parcel. I like to have a cake with candles. And I really like to blow bubbles. To make lots of bubbles, I've got a bubble machine. Can you hear the fan as it blows air into the bubbles? I love watching them float in the air and seeing how they pop. But do you know how a bubble is made or why it pops? How do bubbles work? Let's find out. How does it work?
Bubbles.
To make bubbles, you need two main ingredients. The first one is water, and the second one is soap, like washing up liquid that you use to clean the dishes with. I'm going to add a bit of soap to the water. Let's give this bubble mixture a try. Here we go. Ready? Can you see the way the bubbles come out of the wand? I think we should take a look at that with my special slow motion camera. Slow motion means that we can see things that happen really quickly, much slower. So let's use it and see what it looks like when I blow air through the bubble mixture in the wand. Here goes. Wow! Look how the bubble mixture stretches and then breaks off into a wobbly, round bubble. Do you know what that round shape's called? That's right, it's called a sphere. Look at that lovely sphere-shaped bubble. But do you know how soap and water make bubbles and why bubbles are a round shape? To find out, I think we need to take an even closer look. When we blow a bubble using bubble mixture, it makes a round shape made of bubble film. The bubble film has 3 layers. A thin layer of water sandwiched between 2 layers of soap. Inside the soap layers are millions of soap molecules. Each soap molecule has 2 parts, a head that likes water and a tail that doesn't like water. The heads of the soap molecules push towards the water, while the tails pull away from the water. The pulling and pushing makes the mixture stretchy enough to blow bubbles with. So when we blow air through the bubble wand, the mixture stretches out. At first it's wobbly, but because the soap molecules are pushing and pulling in every direction, the bubble quickly makes the tightest shape it can around the air inside, making a sphere-shaped bubble. Bubbles are so interesting, aren't they? They're made because of the way water and soap work when they're put together. But to help us understand this, we need to know that water has something called surface tension. Can you see the top of the water just here? It almost looks like it's got a kind of skin on the top, doesn't it? And that's because every droplet of water is made up of millions of tiny water molecules. And those water molecules like to cling together really tightly. And it's because of the way they cling together that makes that skin. And that's what we call surface tension. I can show you surface tension if I use a paper clip just here. Paper clips are made of metal, so they're heavy. So you might think that a paper clip would sink if we put it in water. But can you see? The paper clip is floating. And that's because of all those water molecules that are clinging together really tightly, making surface tension, which is stopping the paperclip from sinking to the bottom. Now watch what happens when I put a little bit of soap onto the top of the water. Did you see the paperclip sink to the bottom? That's because of the way soap and water act when they're mixed together. All of those soap molecules work really hard to pull the water molecules apart, and that makes the mixture more stretchy. Stretchy enough for the paperclip to sink to the bottom. But how does surface tension affect bubbles in the air? Can you see that the bubbles pop as soon as I try to touch them? That's because when we touch a bubble with our dry hands, we break the bubble's surface tension. Our hands have a little bit of oil in them, and that keeps them nice and soft. But soap loves oil. That's why we use it to clean dirty, oily dishes. So when a soap bubble lands on our oily hands, those soap molecules try to take the oil away, but this bursts the bubble. So what can I use to try and help me catch a bubble without it bursting? I'm going to use a glove. Now let's see what happens. Whoa! The glove is stopping the soapy bubble mixing with the oil on my hands, which means I can catch the bubble and even bounce it. Wow! I loved finding out how bubbles work. Did you? What was your favourite part? Can you remember what it was that stopped the paperclip from sinking in the water? That's right, surface tension. Did you hear the sound the bubble machine made? And did you see the bubbles being blown in slow motion on my special camera? So the next time you blow bubbles at a party, you'll know how the mixture works and how you can stop them from bursting so quickly. But you know what else I love at birthdays? Party food. What's your favourite type of party food? I think carrot sticks are delicious. And wobbly jelly is really funny. But most of all, for a special treat, I like to have chocolate. But do you know where chocolate comes from or how it's made? Let's find out. How is it made?
Chocolate.
In this factory, they make lots of different types of chocolate. Like chocolate cars and chocolate bunnies. Whoa, look at all of these chocolate eggs. It's like a spinning chocolate tree. But did you know that chocolate actually comes from one of these? It's a cocoa pod, and it's a fruit that grows on a tree. Inside a cocoa pod, you get cocoa beans, and these can be ground down into a chocolatey paste. And if you mix that with some sugar, milk powder, and cocoa butter, it makes a delicious chocolate mixture. The chocolate mixture arrives at the factory in huge tanker lorries like these. It's pumped through a pipe into the factory. And once the chocolate mixture has arrived, it's time to make all the different fillings that go inside the chocolates. They're all different flavours. What's your favourite flavour? I really like caramel and fudge. Shall we see how they're made? This is where the fillings for the chocolates are made. And today, Gareth is making caramel. The main ingredients in caramel are sugar, butter and cream, and they all go inside this giant mixing bowl. After a few minutes of mixing, the caramel looks like this. Look at the way the sticky caramel is oozing off the mixing blades. It smells delicious. The caramel needs to be left to set for 2 days before it's ready. This is some fudge filling made yesterday, which is now ready to be turned into fudge chocolates. Fudge
fudge. It's creamy, spongy, and has a lovely vanilla taste.
The fudge filling is put into a hopper and then dropped into a machine called an extruder, which cuts the fudge into the right size and shape.
Look, it's a diamond shape. This machine is so fast.
It cuts out 158,000 shapes every hour.
That's enough to give every person in 2 enormous football stadiums a chocolate each.
Now the fudge is ready for its chocolate coating.
It's like a chocolate curtain. This machine is called an enrober. All of the fudge shapes move along the conveyor belt and get smothered with a layer of chocolate. Next, the chocolates are given a quick shake to get rid of any extra chocolate so they're all covered evenly. Look at the way they wobble, isn't it funny? Can you do the chocolate wobble? Give it a go.
Any leftover chocolate is sent down pipes to be used again. Next, the fudge chocolates are cooled to make them go nice and hard, and then they're given a second layer of chocolate.
To finish the chocolates off with a bit of decoration, they're drizzled with a lighter chocolate. And this is called sprinkling. At the end of the production line, the chocolates go into trays, ready to be put in boxes. The chocolates are emptied from the trays and they're placed on a conveyor belt. And at the end, a robot picks up each chocolate and puts it in the right space in the box. Look, here are our fudge ones now. Can you see that red light shining down on the chocolates? That's a laser and it's scanning the chocolate so it knows what shape they are. It then sends a message through a computer to the robot so it knows which chocolate to pick up and where to put it in the box. How clever is that? And it works so quickly that it's a little bit hard to see. So I'm going to use my special camera to get a better look.
This is my slow motion camera, so we can see the robots working much more clearly. Wow, look how carefully the robot arms pick up the right chocolates and put them in exactly the right holes.
And here we have some finished chocolates, ready to be put in a box and sent across the country for us to enjoy as a special treat. All that's left to do is give them a try. I loved seeing how chocolates were made. Did you? What was your favourite part?
Do you remember what the fruit is called that chocolate is made from? That's right, it's a cocoa pod. Did you hear the sound the enrober machine made as it gave the chocolates a good shake? And did you see the robot arms as they picked up the chocolates and put them in the boxes? They were so fast.
So the next time you eat some chocolate at a party or maybe for a treat, you'll know how it was made. And when you blow some bubbles, you'll know how they work. I'll see you next time.